Hey everybody, this is Xander here, and I'm going to be sharing my CitizenCon 2024 predictions. So, I think this year is going to be a really interesting year. I mean, with Pyro supposedly coming out later this year, hopefully soon, I can't see them talking about it again. Like, fourth year, no, not even fourth year, fifth year in a row. Since 2019, they've been talking about Pyro. So, on the 4.0 note, it really depends because right now we have the server meshing tests going on, so we have to see how that pans out. Like, we've had one just recently at the time of this video, and they've done 1,000 player server meshing tests, and from what I heard, the data that they got was really good, and obviously it ran like crap with 1,000 players. They had a couple of different server configurations, but they got the data we need, and I think it depends how well the server meshing tests go from here. But they're probably deciding the server player counts from those tests. But I think that whether or not Pyro comes out in a functioning or even broken state, I think they're just trying to push it out. So, I'm thinking probably at CitizenCon. I think if they really want to get a wow factor from everyone, from all the backers, then they need to, I would say they should just drop a PTU right during, maybe not during CitizenCon, but maybe after it ends, they just drop it for everyone to try out. And if we're really being optimistic, if these server meshing tests go really well, they might just come out with it live if we already don't have it in the PTU before CitizenCon. But that's my thinking with Pyro. I mean, I think they're gonna show off other systems. Like, it's not only Pyro. They've probably been working on. We know they've been working on Odin for a really long time. Odin was part of Squadron 42's single player campaign. So they may come out with Odin. They may come out with Nyx. We know people have been talking about Nyx, and Nyx, it was Delamar that's actually located in Nyx. We've had it in Stanton because they just want it there for a test bed, but it supposedly belongs in Nyx. So we might see, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we might see Delamar again, because we've seen leaks and pictures of them, or we've seen leaks on Delamar and the place Levski. We've seen Levski, so yeah, like definitely we'll probably see Levski reworked, up to date, up to modern date, and yeah, as far as 4.0 stuff and beyond, that's what I think we'll see. We'll probably see Nyx. We'll probably see Levski reworked. And now the big elephant in the room, Squadron 42. I think, so they said that it's in polishing phase, right? So, I think if they really want to do an announcement, if they really want to reveal a date, if they're smart, I think they should get one of the celebrities with Chris Roberts on stage announcing the date. Because, I mean, if you look back with Cyberpunk, and they've had Keanu Reeves reveal the trailer, and it just blew up, and the whole gaming community, or the whole gaming industry, was pretty hyped for it. So I think if they really want to release a date, they better do it with, I know Chris Roberts, he's friends with Mark Hamill, right? And they've done previous games like the Wing Commander games together. And if they're gonna do it, then he should probably fly Mark Hamill down to the UK and announce it with him. Maybe even with John Rhys Davis, because they were all in the Wing Commander games. And who knows, maybe, maybe they might do it with Henry Cavill, because, he lives in the UK and he's not far, so they can, if they really want to get a wow factor, they can do it with Mark Hamill, they can do it with Henry Cavill. We know he's part of the Squadron 42 campaign. So if they're going to announce it, I think they should do it with an A-list actor that they have in their cast. And as far as the release date, I think they've been thinking about GTA 6 as well, because that's another part that plays in the time of release. Because I don't think they want to push Squadron beside GTA 6, because that's competition for sales, and they want to make as much sales as they can. So, and apparently GTA 6 was announced in 2025, and people are saying that game may come out in the fall. So if I were to take that rumor, then I don't think they put Squadron 42 out in the fall of 2025. If I'm being honest, guys, I think if I were CIG, I would release it after GTA 6, not before. I mean, I know there's a case for releasing it before, because we've seen Baldur's Gate 3 go up against Starfield, and Starfield took their release date in September. So I guess Baldur's Gate released it earlier in August 2023, and look how successful that game was, and it came out super popular, and kind of bit Starfield's ass. So yeah, there is a case for it coming out earlier than GTA 6, just to steal the thunder, so to speak. But I mean, the game is going up against GTA 6, and that game's just gonna take all the thunder. Like, there is so much hype behind that game. It's like, it's not even funny. It's just, and then they've come out with like new consoles with it, so like the PS5 Pro and stuff. But and like a Squadron 42 release, like, we don't know if they're gonna come out with consoles. Personally, I think they should just focus on PC and not take dev time to port the game onto consoles. But in terms of it coming out around GTA 6's time, I think the smart move, personally, I think the smart move is to let GTA 6 come out and let it cool off. So we're talking 2026 actually, which is crazy because it's in polishing, right? But if you think about it, in 2025 they need a whole year to market the game. Like, they can't just announce it and just do it in a few months. Like, they need to get Squadron 42 into the gamers, conscience. Like, they've been, like, the industry knows about the game, and people have probably forgotten about it. That's that Kickstarter game that Chris Roberts wants to come out with, a epic single player space campaign game. This generation's Wing Commander. But yeah, I think they need time for the marketing. They probably want to get the actors, and if I were them, yeah, I would get the actors and market the game with them, and it just gives them more time to polish the game. Like, we really don't know what the state the game is in, right? And so, you know, in my case, you know, seeing all these games come out recently, like, more time is always better. So it gives them more time to polish a game, another extra year, and time to prepare for the marketing. Because I know that's going to take, you know, a lot of preparation. So we're talking about, I would say sometime in 2026. Maybe, I could be dead wrong, guys. Like, probably the game is already ready because they said it's in polishing. But yeah, I'm just taking in GTA 6 as a factor. And again, I don't think it would be a good idea to put the game's release right beside GTA 6 because it's just, again, it's going to take all the thunder. So I think they should. Personally, I'm willing to wait. I know some people just want Squadron 42 out the door, but I think the game comes out. They announce a date in 2026. I will be damn surprised if it's in 2025. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Squadron 42. And then next off, so what I think they're gonna show off at CitizenCon. You know, I think we're probably gonna see like, they've shown off rivers. They've shown off the river tech, and I think we're gonna we might see roads, because I heard that roads uses the same river tech. So we're probably going to see roads across landing zones going to outposts. Where we will probably see also procedurally generated interior buildings. Now, like, I know in Star Citizen Live, they've had the Montreal team fly to the UK studio. And they've talked about it like a year and a half ago. So, like, we all know Chris Roberts wants his game to be, you know, epic and big. And I think we're going to see procedurally generated buildings, all the interiors be procedurally generated. And they're going to show it off at CitizenCon, I think. I think we might see some rooftop gameplay at the landing zones. So you'll probably see them showing off landing on the rooftops and going through the interior buildings and, you know, showing off a mission. So procedurally generated interior buildings, I think we'll see. And then I think we'll also see combat exosuits. You know, just recently the ATLS has released, and we know that's a cargo variant. So if I were to guess, I bet you that they have a combat variant, and I bet you that they made that one first for Squadron 42. Then they had the idea of making this cargo variant. So I think we're going to see some kind of exosuit combat variant, and that was specifically designed to go against the Vanduul, because those are, we all know they're deadly enemies, and just an exosuit gives humans an edge against you know, a 9-foot creature or a 9-foot alien. So I think we're going to see exosuits. They're going to talk about some more graphical updates. I think we're going to see some updates on ray tracing. I think they're probably going to talk about Vulcan again for the 5th year in a row, which is crazy, but it's taken a really long time. But I think they're probably going to talk about it, and they're nearly done with it. So ray tracing, Vulcan, and then lastly, I think they're going to talk about the AI upscaling technology. So I think we're going to see some updates on DLSS 3. So if you have an NVIDIA card, I think it's a 40 series, and also a AMD card, or any card supports FSR 3 supports those cards. So we're going to see frame generation, I think. I think they're probably going to talk about that and the benefits of it with performance. And then now ships. So we know that the Polaris is being worked on. We've seen it in Invictus. We've seen it on the show floor. So I think it's pretty obvious. They're gonna show off the Polaris. They're gonna show off the interior. They're gonna show it off shooting its torpedoes, and they might showcase doing like they always have a keynote like in Pyro, like it's pretty traditional where they have a keynote of gameplay, so they might show off multi-crewing in a Polaris, like true multi-crewing, because they have their resource network coming up, then they have engineering and life support. And yeah, I think they may show off the Polaris in some form, whether it's a keynote or just a ship talk with the ship team. That'll probably be what it is. And then, so with the Polaris, we know that lately the ship team's been wanting to use a ship, any big ship, as a starter pallet for that for the family of that manufacturer. So with RSI, if they're doing the Polaris, you know what I'm thinking? I think they're probably gonna show off the Galaxy because they share the same assets, and they've announced base building last CitizenCon. So I think that they probably would want to work on the Galaxy since it shares the same assets compared to working on the Pioneer, because that's a whole different can of worms. So I'm guessing they're going to show off the Galaxy, and then base building, they're going to go in depth with how that works using the Galaxy, I think. We're probably going to see outposts, how to build one, and different homesteads, different ways we can build our bases. So I think they're going to show that off, base building and the RSI Galaxy. I think they're also going to show off crafting. As of now, I think the only crafting we have is in the Vulture and the Reclaimer, like crafting a multi-tool and tractor beam attachments. So I think probably they're going to go more in depth with crafting and some items we can craft, probably weapons or crafting ammo, supplies, I think. And maybe more, we just don't know yet. And we're gonna see the mission system refactor, so I think they're gonna show off how missions work, and they're gonna replace the old one completely. And then maybe we're gonna see them update the new player experience, because I would guess with 4.0 they want a more streamlined way of introducing new players into the verse. So they probably have the new player experience kind of updated for 4.0. That's just a guess, but I think that's what they would do with 4.0. They're going to show off the new quantum travel experience. We've seen leaks of the new quantum travel. It looks really badass. So I think they're going to show that off. And yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much all the predictions that I have for CitizenCon. We'll see what happens, but maybe like half of the things I listed are probably going to be right. And again, I could be completely dead wrong with the Squadron 42 release date, but that's just my take. I think it's going to come out in 2026. That's just my take on it. And yeah, guys, this is getting to be a pretty long video, so I'm just gonna call it here. So those are my predictions for CitizenCon, and thanks so much for checking out the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.